right? Yeah, it's Tuesday. I just showered. My hair is air drying. That's a fact stated, not an apology. I voted New Jersey gubernatorial primary, assembly, sheriff. I have cramps. I'm sad, but I'm otherwise physically comfortable and showered. And that's what I can do. Also, show off my beverages. I got 3 this time. If you're here, welcome. Whether it's live or watching the VOD, that's video on demand in the industry. My name is Jen Schiffer, and this is my YouTube. My TubeU. Okay. So let's start with the drinks of the stream. I have a sugar-free orange drink. It's Mio. Little squeezies in my 33.8 ounce glass. Make sure the music's not too loud. I have my afternoon coffee, my old Montclair State mug, my floppy disk coaster that I stole from the glitch office, stuck to the bottom. And you know what? I'm going nuts. I'm cracking open a 7.5 fluid ounce Coke Zero. Cause why the fuck not? Today, before I get into, I still have like moisturizer on my hand. Today, before I get into going through glitch apps, I want to show you something related to the migration that I've been dealing with. I said a cold Coke Zero. Was this in the budget? I quit my job and spent all my money on Coke Zero, and now I'm trying to become a YouTuber to buy more Coke Zero. But I have been, let's put on a display share. I already migrated Live Laugh Blog, but I want to get all the assets downloaded because right now they use like the CDN links here. But when I do that, there was a time where I had, I guess, accidentally dragged in a folder of images. And when you do that, it would have the file name have the folder in it. So here, 36/. When Pomax's Python script, the bulk downloader, tries to download these assets, instead of seeing that 36/ as a file name, it thinks that 36 is a directory within the S3 bucket that glitch assets are saved in. So what I have to do is go into the glitch assets file, which is hidden in the editor, and remove mentions of this directory, and then run the script again to see if I've done that any other time. So I know for 36 I've done that. So this is what I'm gonna do. Just so that I have on video in case other people run into this issue, I can direct them to this. The issue comes up as no such file or directory. It's a file not found error when the script runs. And if you're not familiar with what script I'm talking about, it's glitch project bulk downloading. And you can find it on Pomax's deal. Speaking of, if you're uncomfortable with the command line interface or CLI or with Python or whatever, Potch made a GUI, graphical user interface version of that. If you have a Mac, you can download this and run it. And yeah, and if you're familiar with making the app for Windows users, sounds like Pomax is shared across compile. But if you are familiar with making Windows apps wrapped around web interfaces, join the thread. I did run the same issues are both the script and the GUI run into the same issue for me because they're running the same script. So yeah. So essentially what I did, as I'm in the chat, when you accidentally drag your MP3s folder into your homework directory, that's essentially what I had done. And so if you've run into that issue when you're running that script or the error pops up on Potch's app, you're gonna have to finagle with the glitch assets file. The glitch assets file, this is what tells the glitch app where these images actually are. Because this is not a folder within the glitch app when you upload stuff to the CDN. It's a hidden dot file. And so what I'm doing is I am making the file is glitch assets dot glitch. Actually, I'll print out, cat will print out in the terminal, dot glitch assets. And you'll see it's just objects, it's JSON of all the URLs and thumbnails and stuff of where those CDNs files exist. So in order to get it in the editor, I just make a copy of .glitch assets and I'll just call it glitch assets. And that'll make a copy of a file, and because it's not a dot file, it will show in the editor, but you have to type refresh in the glitch editor to sync it. So here we got down here, glitch assets. So now I can do, I had /quitting was a thing I had to fix. So if I do /36, or is it 36/? Okay, so I have two files, which sounds about right, that have 36/ in the name. I'm going to delete those. Okay. Let's see if there's any other ones. And that's not going to make any changes to this page, by the way. See, I have those. Yeah, so there's two. Because then I haven't changed anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make all the fixes in this glitch assets file. And then I'm going to run a command to just copy that into the actual glitch assets file. And then that should fix everything. Hey, Potch. Hey, Brody. Way to say hello to Adam, but not me. Okay. Let's search /. Okay, 2020 gratitude. Gratitude. Is there 2020 gratitude? /. Okay. There's quite a few here. Brody said hello to Puma Greg and not to me. Okay, Brody, I get it. I get it. Let's see. I'm gonna delete this one too. So slash 36 alopecia. Great. Love this. When all my hair is fucking falling out. It's all back. It's air drying again. I kind of have to do this to keep it alive because I didn't put any product in it. And again, I voted. Just want to shout out. I've voted in this polling place for 12 years now, and this is the first time I ever got a fucking sticker. I know sometimes you can ask. I do not go to workers and ask for stickers. I feel like that might be interrupting their day, and I find it infantilizing to me. So I wait to be given a sticker, and I don't complain about it either. But today, I got the sticker. So we're looking for alopecia slash. Okay. Oh, actually, let me do that so it stays highlighted. Because this app has by far the most projects. Birthday to blog. Oh, doing up here. Birthday to blog. What if my first tattoo was an I voted sticker? Adam, don't piss me off. Alopecia slash is my new Guns N' Roses Pitbull back. I saw a post on Blue Sky today about how all these dudes want AI to like go to Mars or code for them, but they haven't considered maybe figuring out how to fix male pattern baldness. And I thought that was funny. Because I always say when I had alopecia, I was like, I can make fun of that because it's happening to me. And instead of making it my personality and using it as a reason to be angry at everyone, I went and I dealt with it. Candle beginning. I don't know, that was a bit insensitive, I know, but I'm in a mood today. I know that I re-uploaded these images properly because the URLs were not working with the slash, so I had to re-upload them. So I'm not losing anything except my time and patience, but that's what you get when you let your heart win. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, slash candle beginning 36 2020 gratitude. This, remember this fucking cake? Well, I mean, I'd hardly call it a cake. It was banana bread. I wanted to make an ice cream cake, but I couldn't find vegan ice cream that wasn't coconut. And God, fuck this hair salon. I went there asking them to cut my hair, and she lazy half-assed job, and she was like really weird about the alopecia. I had a like this is like a half of what I lost on this side, and then I had a big spot in the back. That happened, I think, after this. But she was, I don't know, she said something weird where like She's like, oh, you can put them in space buns. And then she tried and saw that I had a huge hole in the back. And she's like, never mind, I guess. And I never went there again. And then I found a new stylist. And she was great. But she moved to another country. Remember candle cone? I learned this trick from Potch, but I did it with paper instead of foil, and it didn't work. And I wrote a blog post saying that this is the ultimate betrayal. You should suggest that to Tom Thibodeau. When the Knicks lost the finals, I immediately turned to Andy and I was like, there goes Tibbs' job. And I was right. And then when everyone was surprised, like, well, not everyone, but like there were people from like sports media that are like shocked about that. And I'm like, that's what they do. If you don't make it, coach gets fired. It's how companies should run, honestly. Candle cone. Candle cone. 'Cause my candle was tunneling. 'Cause the wick was so damn small. That was the first vessel candle I ever melted, by the way. From a candle making kit that Andy got me. Oh god, it keeps starting from the top every time I come back to this page. Alopecia, stop making me look at my fucking alopecia. Did I get candle beginning already? What do you make of that he wouldn't have gotten fired if they didn't beat Boston, though? Would he have gotten fired if they didn't beat Boston? I don't know. I feel like if they didn't beat Boston, like it was more of a surprise that they beat Boston than they didn't beat Boston. And the fact that they beat Boston, the expectations weirdly got like higher. It wasn't enough. You know, and I also don't know like what the player interviews were after, you know. They could have, like, if they lost to Boston, I don't think they would have blamed the coaching. I'm pretty sure all of Boston's players were like on the roster. There was like no injuries. I didn't think they were going to be Boston. When I looked at the roster and I saw that everybody was like on board, I was kind of like, okay, they're kind of cooked. Please be the last of the slashes. Oh, candle making Halloween. Candle making Halloween. So no, actually, I don't think he would have been fired. But also, he'll be fucking fine. Another team that like, you know, he's like got a history, I think, of getting players to the point where they can like, you know, for example, beat the Celtics. But like, he's never, I don't think he's, has he ever won a finals before? Also, have you seen him when he was younger and he had hair? He had this like cool mullet. It was really cool. Something about how they lost to the Pacers laid bare his theoretical shortcomings. I am more surprised they beat the Celtics than I was. No, I'm more surprised. I don't think they should have beat the Pacers. I like once I thought they were going against Pacers, I was like, you know what? I think they got this. I had more hope for them against the Pacers than I had with Boston making both exclusive events. Everyone thought they were cooked, and then we're the ones who cooked. Right. If I click here, will it then just, no. Candle cone. Okay, candle making Halloween. if you're joining me at this weird time, oh, this fucking cake. I'm going through and finding where I made a mistake in uploading assets to Glitch from dragging a folder, which I learned in that moment. I re-uploaded them because these URLs wouldn't work when I embedded them, but I have to remove them from the .glitch assets file so that I can bulk download all the assets. First pink cake. Yes, you found that 90s cloth was something to behold. Yeah, it was great. And you know what? I don't have a lot of opinions about how people keep their hair. It kind of fits. Maybe it's the tracksuit with the hair. Like, it's like a look that works for him today. Okay, cursed pink cake. And I'm just going through each one of these to find chicken wrap vegan. Find where I have this slash. And then find it in here. And delete. Oh, I want to show... Wait, there's two of them? Oh, it's chicken wrap vegan. Cutting hair Thanksgiving. Cutting hair thanks. Look at this fucking DS store, you see? Why did this allow me to do this? Oh god, there's a lot. Hair before. Oh yeah, this is me making a candle for Phil and Celeste before they came over for Friendsgiving. Okay, back to what you were fucking doing, Jennifer. So I went to vote today. We have the gubernatorial primary in New Jersey, some assembly, the sheriff, and I did not want to go. I understand the utility of mail-in voting, absentee voting, even if you're not necessarily absentee. I like to Pokemon Go to the polls. I like the people watching, but I do not like people to watch me. This is like the constant battle of existence that I have. I love to be around people, but also do not look at me. Not in a like, you are below me, but because I just like, sometimes a lot of time, I do not like to be perceived, she says on a live stream. It needs to be on my own terms. And today, I'm sad. I have cramps. It's gross outside. I like did not want to be perceived. And the one thing that happens when you vote in person is there's like the volunteer pollsters. Are they called pollsters? They're like circling around. I turn the corner and I see them all, and it's like they can like smell me. They maybe could. I hadn't showered yet that day. And they all like looked at me, and I had my sunglasses on because I didn't want to make eye contact. I pretended to be on the phone when I walked by them. But I was about to say don't perceive me, then you said it. Yeah. So I had to pretend to be on the phone, and they're still saying to me like, don't forget to vote. I'm literally I have the sample ballot in my hand. I purposely had the sample ballot in my hand so they would know, and I'm walking towards the polls, so like they would know that they wouldn't have to say, don't forget to vote. And they were still saying, like, don't forget to vote. So, yeah. Oh, hey, Naoto. I tried downloading the glitch probably 3 times, but every time the total size is different afternoon. Oh, jeez. Jeez, weesh. I haven't even tried to have that issue because I have so many projects that it takes forever. I'm trying to just get my assets on this one site in place so that the downloader will work. I already have these images downloaded. I like manually dragged every blog post like when the announcement had come out. Did I get rid of Dollar Store? Yes. Okay, so what am I doing? And then once I'm done with this, I will... Oh, God. God, I'm such a dork. Once I'm done with this, we can go back to going through my projects from 2020. That was Sherry O'Terry's and my impersonation of Sherry O'Terry's impersonation of Baba Walters. Babla. Apparently, I heard, and I don't want to... Well, I already started, so I'm going to finish. I heard she hated that impression. I might be thinking of someone different, but for some reason, I am thinking that it had come out that Barbara Walters hated that impression. But if I'm wrong, whatever. Okay. Gosh, please. Hurry up. Internet Explorers. Man, I was dragging and dropping folders with reckless abandon. I hated how glitch assets worked. I think the community did too. I fucking hated it. Hard to support when abusive phishing sites were created. I had to go into the AWS console to delete the images. The support agents weren't able to, so I had to do it even when I wasn't doing support full time. Nothing but fucking strife. I cannot wait to... I wouldn't take not being able to deal with assets over glitch shutting down, but if I had to find a silver lining, I have to find which things I'm being freed of, which demons I'm freeing myself of through this horrible news. It's I don't have to fucking deal with cdn.glitch.global. Hopefully ever again. Did I tell you I'm in a mood today? Internet Explorers. Okay. It's me and Mark. This is Mark and I playing Apology Hero. I love this photo of us. I have like a hangnail or something. I had an ex-boyfriend who I said I had a hangnail and he's like, I don't know what that is, and I explained it and he goes, I don't know what that is, I've never had a hangnail. And I was like, why are you such a liar? I asked him, the same guy, to go to the post office to get us stamps because we had to mail thank you letters, and he came back with a book of 1-cent stamps. And I was like, we need, like, I didn't even know 1-cent stamps existed. And I was like, oh, we need, like, at the time there were like 30-some stamps. I was like, we need either forever stamps or 30-some stamps. And he's like, why? These are all being sent locally. Shouldn't it be free? And I'm like, yeah, if you hand deliver it yourself. I stayed with that person for 7 years. Lady of the evening nails. This is me making fun of my father for calling me a hoe whenever I wore my nails red. Rest in peace, Jack. I'm just kidding. He's still alive. He would hate when I said that. I would tell people that my parents were killed by bears, and one time he like called me. He's like, can you please stop telling people I'm dead? And I was like, can you please stop? Redacted thing I wanted him to stop doing. Anyway, we don't talk to each other anymore. All the makeup stamps. There was a time where I feel like stamps didn't change price, didn't go up in cost for like a long period of time, and then like all of a sudden it was like they were always increasing. Oh my god. I have to go back all the way down. You know who would who knows like how to like get stamps from a post office without me having to write a tutorial? Andy. Okay. Lemon cake. Oh, Puma. Lemon cake. What a cutie patootie. Lemon cake. Oh, lemon cake. Lemon cake. I would love a lemon cake right now. With a fruit compote. I have this bit where it's so weird and dumb, where I am like, fruit should not be hot. Prerequisite for long-term partnership, being able to be asked to do a task or do it yourself without being asked, and not need a tutorial to get it done. And the thing, I'm always happy. The thing with that relation, and again, we were like in our early 20s. We were young, dumb, full of cum. It was like, it's okay to ask for help and not know how to do a thing. The thing was like, he went and did that when I was like, oh, that's like the wrong one. You need this one. He was like, no, mailing things is free. And that is where I was like, and then I would just like be like, okay, fine. And then like I would just go and do it. And then he would get mad at me for not arguing about it. And finally, after a bunch of things like that, just stuff like that happened, his mom mediated. His mom's like, said to him, like, why do you do that? Like, why do you try to get her to argue with you? I'm very like, I'm confrontational, but when I know that it's not a good faith argument, I de-escalate by walking away, because I'm like, I don't have time for this. And his mom knew that because we all grew up together. And he said, you know, I could have murdered him. He said that I'm a musician and these emotions like fuel my art. Like, he wanted me to fight him so that he had something to write about, which is so silly because he had plenty to like write about. He's a very talented musician. I'm sure he still is. I don't know. But he was just kind of like, he wanted me to fight because that passion fueled his art. And I was like, Boo Boo Bear, I am not a Prismacolor marker. Again, we were very young. He's like a dad now. I'm an amateur YouTube streamer. Everything worked out. Okay, lemon cake, nails, napping on the job. So I'm actually, you know what? I'm tired of having to scroll through all this stuff. Let me write some notes down. I'm looking for job, Nubo, you know, blockchain could fix this. Planet Fitness, so look for fitness. Shark. Puma groggy. I love that photo of Puma. Sheesh, that's even more tortured than my artistic processes. I mean, he said I held him back from his music career because I made him contribute to Rent, which, by the way, he was not contributing to Rent. He was just mad that I was like, hey, you should, like, get a job. Remarkable, too. Reverend Jen. Oh my god, there's so many of these. Why did I do this so much? Candles. Oh, this is when Tyler came over. We made candles. He stopped by on his circumnavigation of the globe via boat. Untitled folder, love that. Oh, this is a Hoobastank 2 thing. Aesthetic. I can't believe I dragged folders in so many times. This is upsetting to me. Ignore this. Soda. Did I actually? Whatever, I'm gonna keep going, but I'm like, did I re-upload those? I don't think I did. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Cursed meatballs. During COVID, I had nothing to really like write about during quarantine, so I would just like cook. Oh, this is where I asked Gianni to take photos of me and change the smile, because he used to do that. And then here he made me turn into a man. Now, only a few of you will know, why do I look like fucking Eric Lewis here? I don't say it as like a bad thing, but that's my ex. We're buds still, but I was like, that's crazy. You look like I have a beard. And I was like, why do I look like Eric here? Halloween. Dishes. Hello. Please let this be the last one. Candles. I'll find that one. Oh my god, this is so obnoxious. I can't do this. This is so overwhelming. Okay, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. Jeans. Candles. LLC. For Live Left Conf. I'm writing this down on... I don't want to dox myself. On a card that is from Cosmopolitan saying my subscription is due for automatic renewal. And I didn't throw it out because I don't want my subscription to be renewed. I feel like I've aged out of the Cosmo demographic. Oh, this is one when I was an NBA fan. When the Nets were in the semifinals. This is me and a dog. See, here I am with my Nets hat here. They use Microsoft Teams to add fans to the stands. Good times. October. So many images. Bean. Stamps. This is a nightmare. Maybe I could just ask Pomax to update this so that pieces. I googled my symptoms. Turns out I'm a bitch. Sunday. Salad. Training. I'm just writing words now. Protein. Walking. I should make this a text set for robot karaoke. File names that Jen fucked up in her assets, so she had to manually go through it on a while on a stream. I mean, I don't have to do this on stream, but let's see. Could this be the end? Could tweak the GUI app if you want to do something with these slashes if you think it makes sense. You know, it might be, I feel like if it's an issue for me, it might be an issue for other people, that it's so easy to drag a folder, and I didn't even know I did it this many times. I think I've hit nut sacks, loser, big fucking loser, tomato, tomato, huge loser. So yeah, when it happens on the app, it just like errors out. I forgot to see if your app showed what the error was, but okay. Now let's go through all these words. If you grab the project download right now, what happens? I don't know if I'm logged in. Ooh. Okay, I'm logged in. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if it... Edit. Can I find? I don't know if I could find Live Laugh Blog in here. And let's see. Yeah, if you can add search or filtering, that would be great. I'm not, I think there was like an alert that came up, but I just closed it because I was running the same thing on the terminal. Okay, so I'm gonna go in glitch assets and I'm gonna search all of these words, mushrooms, and delete those objects. Mushrooms, MBA. October. candles. This one's gonna be a few of them. Because there's latest on candles. Putting this on big screen while you tend the garden. Which garden, Adam? What are you growing? Napping on the job. Nubo. Ah, don't go. This is a thing where I'm sure AI would help, but also, I don't know. I don't feel like it. I don't really see. You can like not use AI, but recognize where AI could possibly be useful if it was a tool that you'd use. I like posted a thread about people who catastrophize lack of AI use, where they're like, if you don't use it, you'll be left behind. And it's like, I said, fucking middle schoolers use AI. Like, it's not rocket science. Did I get rid of fitness already? Oh yeah, shark vessels 2 for the remarkable 2, which I have an affiliate link and I haven't got paid a fucking dime, but I get all the emails of when people, I think I removed it because a bunch of people were buying it and then I wasn't getting anything, so I emailed them and they never responded. And so I was like, whatever, I'll remove the affiliate link. I wasn't looking to get paid, but like, if you're gonna have an affiliate program, you have to uphold your end of the bargain, buddy, guy. I do love my remarkable too, though. Not enough that I'm getting the color one. Too much money. It's too expensive. I don't have a job. I didn't expect this to take me an hour. Just going through. Change the after sort projects by domain. Oh, sick. Dishes, healthy dishes. Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Ooh. Candy apples and razor blades. Something, something, celery soda. I believe in Halloween. Ooh, meatballs. Oh, I'm regretting having a trackpad now. Cooper? Oh, Alice Cooper. I was like, what the fuck is... What the frack? Aesthetic should have 1. Meatballs. Gianni, that son of a bitch. No, we love Gianni. Gianni is a father of multiple children. Do you believe that? Yet another thing he and I cannot relate on. Besides him being Canadian, he's also a daddy. Work bag. Work sucks. I know. I heard this crazy story the other day that apparently Mark Hoppus told, where I guess they were on a military tour because they play shows for, I guess, USOs or whatever. And someone said they saw him do a show and he talked about how during one of those military shows, he talked to some military folks and told them, like, because of his, like, dad being a rocket scientist or something like that, he, like, basically told them how to find Saddam Hussein, and then a few months later they found Saddam Hussein. That I don't know if it's true, but, like, could you imagine, like, Tom DeLonge who got the CIA to release the UFO papers, and Mark Hoppus finds Saddam Hussein, and Travis Barker is married to a Kardashian. Every day is a winding road. Cheryl's up there. I get a little bit closer to being done with this torturous task. Okay, let's... Training. Stamps. Okay. I think I got stamps, training. Oh. I think bean is the last one. Potato block bean. Okay, I got bean, sundae, protein, pieces, walking, bag, salad. Did we get training? Got training, okay. I think we might be done here. I'm gonna copy and put this into... I should have done this here in the first place, but whatever. Okay, so now we have glitch assets. You can't believe that. Where are you? I'm assuming that I can't believe that was about Gianni being a Faja. I'm so sorry. Can I drink? Can I sleep at night? You ever see a video of Halsey when she was really young? Like, probably like a teenager, singing that song in the mall before she got famous? Okay. So, I'm going to move glitch assets into .glitch assets, which should basically replace okay. Now if I go to assets, please, please, please let me get what I want. Lord knows it'll be the first time. August. Candle. Okay, August and candle are the only ones. Okay. So let's move that back into, well, actually I want to copy. I don't want to move the whole thing because I still want the backup. So dot glitch assets to glitch assets. Because now we just have 2 more to replace. And that was August and candle. That was when the WPA, we did a partnership with some candle company. Cool. Now, move back in, refresh. And find if slash comes up. Nope. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to go into, so I ran the Python script. This is Pomax's script, not the UE. And I'm going to delete live laugh blog because, oh, I should tell Baritone that this is being moved. Unless he didn't move it to another one. This is an app that we made for him that he did TED Talk on. I'm gonna run the Python script off screen because it has my token and see if it will get that I've downloaded everything except live laugh blog, and it should download all of my stuff. Live laugh blog. And it's going to download into this file. P-hole. Look at all these beautiful images that are being downloaded from the CDN. And here's the script running. That's not my normal color for the terminal. Again, I've said this before. I have it show random colors every time I open up a new window. That took an hour. Oh, we got an error. An error. Oh no, the error is because it hit a project that was suspended. That's another thing. If a project was suspended, it won't download it. It has an error. And so I will create a new folder and name it that suspended project, and then run the script again. Because, and then it will skip it and we'll move on to other projects. And I have to do that for a few things. I've archived a bunch of projects. Now when it gets to archive, I'm gonna be fucked because there's a lot of suspended, not a lot of suspended projects, but enough to piss me off. But now we have all my files in live laugh blog. And that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted all my assets. And I got it. Amazing. Will this tell me how big the folder is? 415 megabytes. Cool. Okay. While that's going, I have that running here. This is the old download, which is more projects because I've archived less. But let's rock. That was such a pain to do. Hey, shout out Potch. Let me... Okay. Next, we want to go back to projects that was updating. By the way, if y'all get a chance and you have social media, can you share that Glitch is shutting down? Because A friend of mine who used Glitch today, I was posting about Potch's downloader, and he was like, wait, Glitch's shutting down? And I was like, yeah, and I shared the info. And then I realized that none of the Glitch socials have posted the update, which I tagged them in. Hopefully they'll do that, but tell your friends. And if you do like a retrospective blog, please share it with me. I've been finding them, and people are saying nice things, and I like to share that with the team. I don't know if Marty is in here. Marty might pop in at some point, but he wrote a nice thing. We're close. Let's see. Oh yeah, this person said I call on Glitch. I don't think... This person was saying... They've taught generations of students to use A-frame for Glitch. I'm not making fun of them. I'm sure they have. But also I don't work there. I'm just trying to help. Look, Posh just updated the app to include archive download projects. Oh, sick. Cool. Okay. My projects. Last week came to, I had a bunch of ones that were updated July 15th of 2020. What was that, 2021? Oh, these are archived. Jesus. I was like, why do I have so many pages? Okay. Last edited. Yeah, July 15th. There's like a bajillion of them. So let's rock. Let's go through them, because some of them are really funny yesterday. We're going to start with Lumpy Town. These are old two-word projects. Running old versions of Node. And Posh just uploaded the sorting build. Cool. Let's open up a bunch of these. Slides WordHack. Oh, wow. I mentioned yesterday, WordHack is doing a memorial to Glitch. Third Thursday of this month at Wonderville. I was typing this while making the glitch.com homepage video. Oh my gosh, that's a funny story. Okay. I'm gonna stretch. Gently pull my head off. I did a backflip in aerial yoga last night. I've done backflips, but my form has been not quite right. Because unlike a lot of the other people in my class, including the instructors, I carry 90% of my weight between my belly button and my knees. Like, it's all like hips. So my center of gravity is different. And so I often have to learn form adjustments on my own, and it just takes a lot of practice. And it's hard to practice because I don't have an aerial silk in my home because I'm not JD Rockefeller. I'm merely a renter. And but last night I had some time and I got a proper backflip in the right form. Like I was confident, my legs weren't, I didn't have to like hook my leg around the silk. So not only am I getting stronger, but I'm like more mindful of like how my body's moving, which is great. Anyway, Marty, you're here. Welcome back. I took an hour updating a glitch assets file, and I'm in a bad mood for a number of reasons, but I'm happy you're here. And also I voted. That's my I voted sticker. Okay, what's this fucking app? I'm just diving into the apps now. Okay, not doing anything here. Welcome to Glitch. Try TensorFlow. Okay. So that's a starter app thing, but let's see. Cool Pet. We did a like your first website thing when Glitch launched, and we made like they were then called collections. Users couldn't make it, but we can make them internally, and so we made a collection of like first websites. And so this is the Neopets website. Cool Babe 666. That's me. And we just like shared that. I just got... Ugh. I have an error on my download script from another project. That's an asset with a folder / in the name. But I'm going to deal with that another time. So that's Cool Pet. I'm going to download that into... I don't know. It's too old to care. I think a lot of things are going to end up in too old to care today. Not that they should, just like I'm not. This is a starter. Word hack. I gave a talk at Word Hack about friendly words. This is glitch.com, a screenshot of it above the fold from back forever ago. Glitchwitch. Like honing in on the fact that like friendly is an important like description. 109 times. This is when my title is Director of Community Engineering. And then when the layoffs happened, they changed my title to Director of Community. They removed engineering without having a conversation with me, by the way. No one talked to me about my title. They just decided, you're not engineer, we're removing engineering, which again, community engineering, expand other things. Actually, I don't think I've ever vented about that with anyone. I don't even think I've talked to Anil about that. I'm like, I know that you bitches changed my title without having a conversation with me. I know I should have just been happy that I wasn't like laid off. But I digress. Do I digress? We'll see. So here are, this is like the old glitch page, screenshots. Friendly words. And then I made friendly emoji. Oh, Gen Chat. We showed that. We saw that in the prior stream. In conclusion, if you read something, say something. Words are beautiful and expressive, but are also powerful tools for radicalizing, organizing, and spreading hate. Thank you, good luck. That's true. I should do a different version of that talk. I'm gonna put that in archive. The whole gist of that talk and Word Hack are like computational linguistics focused people. It's kind of the stuff that I did in grad school, so that's how I got involved in the community. I was just kind of just doing the talk of like how we created those tools and how we curate words because they could be hateful or like mean. You know, one example is Someone who was missing an appendage was using glitch at an event, and the appendage they were missing was one of the words on the remix that came up, and so it was like, oh shit, we have to remove every like body part so that we're not like insensitive. And they didn't make a big deal. They thought it was funny, but it's just like, oh, we should remove that, because even though they thought it was funny, that community is not a monolith, and like there's so many words, it's so unnecessary to have like body parts like in that. So talk about how like we iterated on that stuff. This was a Mythbusters Junior project. I talked about that yesterday. So was Mayo Hero. I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put it in remixes because the team I managed made it, but like I just like helped them. I didn't actually like really build it. Mayo Hero is cute because you're a little mayo guy. You had to catch the mayo. This is using phaser, I believe. Oh no. What was this using? This probably could have been a static, yeah, phaser. We had a lot of fun going through like the different like game engine possibilities. Okay, so this project, we did a video for our homepage that was like a commercial for Glitch, and I would be typing. It has me coming in saying hi everyone, and like I'm typing, and I don't know if Justin was in this also. So this is like literally like what I was typing in the editor while we were doing the video. Writing this code while I'm being filmed, which isn't awkward at all. My iced latte is melting. Again, this bitch is always drinking an iced latte. Not today though, because I didn't really leave the house except to vote. Hot dogs are okay as long as they're high quality like Nathan's. Of course, Deanna is cool with the party light. Party light rules. Everywhere should have party lights. Wow, 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 wow. I used to have an office within the Glitch office. And I had, we had gotten party lights because we had a party to celebrate like Fog Creek becoming like Glitch the startup. And it was just, these are just like cheapo party lights that you can get like at Spencer's or whatever. And so we kept them in my office. My office was always like dark, and I had these like colorful lights, and then we used the lights for like the filming. Hello, why is HR still a tag? That's funny. This is for the archive. That's nostalgic. Oh gosh, Evanescence's best song. It's a sincere question. Diversity report. Everlasting Brie. I remember this. It's true. Is Bring Me to Life their best song? I mean, have you even listened to Going Under? This is a very important app. It's a sincere question. I guess we'll never know what drove me to make this app unless the person who triggered me told me. If you can't handle me my immortal, you don't deserve me at my band version. Ah, why did I close that window? There we go. Glitch staff diversity report. From 2019. I don't need this. So you want to delete your old tweets. Great. The setup process may seem like a lot of steps, so it's not that hard and should only take you 15 minutes. Unfortunately, that's a trade-off of doing things yourself, so along with service to food. It's mostly just filling out forms. What? Oh, this is a remix of Ryan. So this is one that I was doing to delete my own tweets, so I don't need them. Oh gosh, I have to go all the way back. Oh no, I don't. Wait, I do. Because they're open. I'm gonna archive this. Don't need it. Live, laugh, eggplant, lasagna. What was I doing here? Make a joke webpage about it like you promised. What? Why did I make this? Chat, I need you to time travel to when I made this. Look at Jason. Jason brand breadcrumbs. What the hell? Bake for 20 minutes local. Make a joke webpage about it like you promised. What was I thinking? That's so weird. I'm going to export that into archive to revisit what the hell was going on there. Quirky Rook. Webpack was Bebel. That's a starter. No, don't open the terminal. No, not custom domain. Starters. What is going on with my customizing your glitch profile? Oh, okay. I made this to just show a tutorial on how to customize your glitch profile and how to pin your projects. Featured project. Did I do this? Yeah, I did do this. This seems like a me thing to do. Thanked 161 times. My trackpad's fucking around. This is too old to care, but okay. Markdown proof of concept. List all markdown files, click on their names to view them. Okay, I started... This is one of those, like, markdown editor-y things I started using, and I think I ended up using it to make that tutorial. Everlasting Brie. Everlasting Brie. I'm gonna put that in archive so I can revisit that. Okay. I'm going to take out the purple mouse. The purple eye mouse. Because the trackpad, which is not purple, piss me off. But I don't like the mouse. I don't like the way it sounds. I don't like the feels. I don't like that you have to charge it by putting it. I don't like that it's got a little butthole in the bottom. But whatever. Okay. Real burnt goldenrod. Oh my god. Potch knows this one. Oh my gosh, are we finally done with July after this? Yes. Cool. Okay. Red burnt goldenrod. This is a glitch for remote work page. This is what our community engineering team made when quarantine was going on, and we wanted to share apps that people used to work remotely. And this was a nightmare to work on because so much was expected of our team, but also nobody wanted to collaborate. And it was like, we are a team of engineers, not designers, so we found a page that like wasn't being used. And so I was like, let's just use this design, and then we put it out there, and the designers were upset, but like they couldn't, like, I don't know, the managers, we had a discussion about this. It was very much like a good work on getting the page out. We wish that we could have done XXX, and me being like, well, I asked for XXX and here's proof, and they're like, you're right. And I was like, okay. And then like people were still mad. And I think it's just because of COVID and quarantine, everybody was just like heightened in agitation and very validly not able to turn that off when we were at work. But this project was a mammoth amount of work, and it did not get the praise that the team deserved. And I will never forget that. Anyway, it's going in Too Old to Care. But not something I don't care about to not download. This is a COVID-19 dashboard that a community member made. And I had supported them on it. This will go in remixes. .new. .new is a blank web page that used to be, I think glitch.new used to go to this one. It's like an old like static web page. Then Google, who owns the .new TLD, they removed some of the constraints of the .new domain so that we can do glitch.new. So we can do that. So we can have it, instead of glitch.new immediately going to a project in the editor, it can go to a wizard, if you will, a step between. And so we launched that. Yeah. Look at that. CSV, get the fuck out of here. CSV name randomizer. I think this is like a utility for like meetings, I guess. We can like randomly choose somebody to do a thing, whether it was like, I think Potch made like a better app for like delegating meeting roles to people, because that was a problem that our whole company had. Vart. This is, I showed Vart last week, and I think that I was working on a newer version, but I never finished it. And that's good because I never moved the code samples from CodePen to glitch, because I would be doing that now if I had to. LLC photo booth. We've done this before. This is a remix of a remix. I think I downloaded this already. Right? Oh, it would be in Live LLB. Cool. Finally, we are out of the July 15th maelstrom. Remember that work week we canceled like an hour before people were going to fly to New York to get COVID? Oh my gosh. What a time. We're almost at that part in... because we're in June. June. Get the most out of glitch with these 4 pro tips. Import, code, terminal, code prettier. We found that our like most advanced returning users, we call them our advanced users, were those who used the prettier button. So we wanted to remind more people that the prettier button exists, because maybe that would keep you coming back or whatever. Doesn't work for me in Chrome. Thing is, it did work June 5th, and let's not pretend it's going to be fixed by the July kill date. I hope this post serves others. Okay. I have, like, no patience. I don't work there anymore, so I can be like, I can outwardly, publicly be like, don't be so fucking sassy with me. Pasha's still mad that AI stole the sparkles from the prettier button. Anil and I would talk about that all the time. That drove us crazy. He was thinking of doing like a, let's like do a video where we show like, hey, we have something new. And then we show the sparkle emoji and then are like, just kidding. We've been using this for prettier. To drive everyone mad. But it's sometimes like there's such a lack of media literacy that if we did that, people wouldn't go past it. They would probably just immediately like go online and be angry. This is a xylophone I made in August of 2010. I don't know if you can hear it. I made this with CSS back in 2020, forever ago. It's just like, it's all CSS. It was really fun to look at it on Internet Explorer because it looked crazy. Anyway, Hell World. This is literally just, I took the Hello webpage and remixed it and replaced it with Hell. You know what? Downloading as a starter. Thing is, when I'm downloading these, it's not including the assets, so what I'm downloading really is a placeholder in these folders. I will actually grab the full apps from the bulk export stuff where it has all the assets. So when I go through, like, let's see where I just went. Like when I go through this folder, I'll be like, okay, bank robber. And if bank robber has assets, I'll just grab them from these exports. If you wanted a method to my madness, I'm coming up with it in real time. This is another Mythbusters project. Yeah, I'm not liking the sound of this mouse on my pad. Ghost. Oh, God. This Ghost starter vexed me because, one, it has been updated And it was taking, like, excuse me, Ghost has become such a large package that it was, like, so hard to keep up to date. And also I have beef with the founder of Ghost. That's a story for another time. I've told it online, but today I'm not trying to further activate myself. This is just a starter of a Slack bot. Okay, April. I was hoping Pomax would get in there. I feel like Pomax rightfully has less patience for that bullshit than me. So we're in April. We got through May. So for May, we are blogging a lot because we had a media team. So the Glitch blog used to be Glimmer, which was like a tech zine. So most of the blog posts were internet culture. I had not started the last month on Glitch program. I hadn't started last year on Glitch. So we had a media team that would do Q&A, but they necessarily weren't Glitch users. It was more tech culture. That team got laid off, and I had to go in and make it the Glitch blog again. Because I was expected to blog, and I was like, this is awkward, and I had to go and do it. Which was in part involved engineering, even though engineering was taken from my title. And you know what? I'm going to unapologetically complain about that for the rest of my life. Now that I've remembered that and I'm like activated. Yeah. Let's see. Submit first website, WordPress, intro to Node. Next, we're hitting a lot of starters. Oh, hidden matzah. We'll get into that. Google Sheets starter. Okay. So we had made an app that if you put your Glitch project URL in, we would add it to our first website's playlist. They're called collections back then. So this is connected to a Google Sheet. This is too old to care, but might be useful. I imagine the Google Sheets API has changed quite a bit, but that's where it came from. And then I presented some of those first websites at the xoxo Art and Code showcase. Forgive me, Father, for I have blogged. Clearly, this is me. I just imported the starter. And yes, Jen made this. Who else on that team would say this? So this is literally just like a static view of WordPress. It's not like an actual WordPress. Cool. My New Year's resolution site. So we had seen one of the remixes of this before where we did a program at the start of the year to be like, let's like make your first app, and the starter was like a New Year's resolution site. That is intro to Node. So it's just a starter workshop thing. Remix support tool. Support tool. Oh. This is the old version of the Glitch support tool. Very old. That doesn't matter. We did have on Glitch a tool that I and support agents use to support users. And it's how we suspended, unsuspended, looked up info, helped out with custom domains. And that in itself was a glitch app. But I always had like a local copy on my work machine in case glitch went down, because you didn't, and it would still work. Because if glitch.com project hosting went down, we still needed to be able to do support. Next, hello world's a starter. View SSR, old starter. Messenger bot, old starter. Okay, and then for April, last one in April, hidden matzo. I think I made this. Yes. Hiding matzah is part of the tradition of the Seder, and I was invited to a virtual one during COVID. And so I made an app for the group to try to find the matzah. I just said there are 300 folders on this app. I can tell you it's not at one. There's a little bat. That's Wet Jeff. This is a bat that was rescued around that time. I named my Animal Crossing island Wet Jeff. I was using this everywhere. But yeah, this is my app to bring to the Seder. I'm gonna archive that. They found it. Command and Conquered. Okay, here we are, March. February. Passport.js is just like an auth starter. Welcome to our inventory of evergreen content outlines. Oh my gosh. Live, laugh, love. Shouts out to my former wonderful community engineering team. So this was, we did this thing called Evergreen Guides. We wanted to make like a guide or a collection at the time of all these like packages and stuff so that it was like on Glitch. It was a utility for growth and also just having materials for the community to remix from, and the team put it all together. And then we did it and the team was laid off. So going too old to care, but the fact that it was basically like we would just say what it is, who made it, what it's for, and whatever existing glitch apps exists for it. But it was quite an undertaking because there's a lot of them. Fly.io domain setup. This is how you used to set up a custom domain in Fly.io. This is like 3 pivots ago from what Fly.io is today. So this is like too old to care. All the legacy custom domains are like on a server on like the co-founder's like server that's like under his desk. I've said like whenever glitch custom domains like legacy domains will go down, I would just joke that like Kurt like kicked the server by accident, and that very well could have been the case. That's one of the other things where I'm like, oh, I don't have to like deal with that anymore. Together.js. Oh, okay. Together was, let's see if it'll run. Okay. The other JS allowed collaboration, and we were exploring adding chat to Glitch. My first day at Fawn Creek, the team was like, cool, community person, hey, we want to add chat to the Glitch editor. And I said, hold up a fucking minute, we will not be doing that. Like, and they're like, oh, well, you know, prototype it. And I'm like, I can prototype it. And I whipped up, I just used Together.js. This is what I think JS Fiddle is using. I was like, making the chat technically is not hard. I've made chat clients for past jobs and like fun things. It's the moderation and like community like growth that like, and also does the community even want chat? Like there's a lot more questions to figure out, and that's why it never came into fruition, because we never got the resources to really invest in making it happen. Posh says Fly.io today is bravely caching AI customer checks and blogging about it. I saw that blog. I didn't read it because it was very long. And also, I think that close. It was very much like my friends are crazy for being anti-AI, and to be like, by the way, I'm talking about code and like not images, is like quite a choice. I immediately thought like, oh, I can't like take this seriously editorially. And so I just didn't read it because it was very long. But I immediately saw it. I was like, nope, I won't be baited into this. And it's a product blog. And I met a couple of folks from Fly.io. I don't know if they're still there. I did not enjoy my time with them. It was quite a pretentious conversation. I don't know if that person happened to come across or hear that I was saying something about them. You said, oh, you're director of community. Why are you at a DevRel conference? If you have to ask that question, why are you there? I don't know. It was like accusatory. It was like, it made it seem like I was wasting their time by like, also they sat down next to me. I didn't sit down next to them. But even if I did, it was fine. Anyway, I was very turned off by that conversation. And not that like one person, because then there's another conversation. It was a conversation with another person. I kind of was like, okay, I'm like understanding the culture here. And I've had a business relationship with Fly from back in 2020. And I was like, okay, I get like the company grows, mindset grows. I don't know. Yeah. Fly.io now shaming AI critics as a service. Honestly, knowing HSM are posting boys, their CTO does not warm me to their brand. Oh, I don't know. I don't know who their CTO is. I don't know who the #1 poster on Hacker News is. But yeah, I don't know. Like, edge computing, edge lord posting, I guess, like, goes hand in hand. There's, kind of like a balance to being edgy that one can get right. I think, like, Fastly was very much, like, afraid of, like, being edgy at all. And so they come off as very, like, corporate enterprise, and that's why nobody reads the blog. And then there's the, like, being too edgy and alienating. You can say, like, you can give, like, a hot take to draw people in, but you can't front load it with a bunch of caveats after the person's drawn in. So I feel like if you want to say, like, my friends, like, hate AI, and they're crazy for that. Also, calling your friends crazy, when I see somebody, and I'm sure that person has friends. I'm not accusing that person of not having friends, but if I were to find out that that person did not have friends, I would be unsurprised. You know, you could also, like, not them, but I'm saying in the general, in that genre of like being able to read a person, like, I can tell when someone has had a non-zero number of family members go no contact with them. I can also tell when someone believes that there are people that are friends and those people do not think of that person as their friend. That's my edgy take. If my friend were to have a conversation with me, a debate, if you will, about a technology, and they were to write a blog post at their fucking job where they don't have control over it being taken down or not. Like, Flyo's not going to take that down. It was a widely shared post saying my friends are crazy because of this, and I know they're talking about me. You're going to be catching hands. For real. No, seriously, like, if any of you talk shit about me on your work blog, it makes me hope and think that that person actually did not have conversations with their friends about that. Like, I hope for their sake that, like, they made up this, like, kind of thing. It's just like a straw man kind of deal. But if I was their friend and I saw that blog post, I'd be like, you know what? We overcorrected on bullying and kicking people's asses for talking shit. So, yeah. Welcome to my guest book part 4. I've gone over this workshop before. I downloaded the outline before. This is where we would take a static page and use SQL and Node to make it a full stack persistent app. I don't need to download this because I already have it downloaded, but yeah. Wow, Firefox is choking. GenPress. I made this is like a markdown editor blog thing. Yeah. So this literally, I basically invented a markdown based CMS and called it Blog Creek. Just another Blog Creek, lol. That's funny. I'm gonna revisit that. Even though I use 11t now, but this is a part where, like, I think this is like 2018 project. See ya, Poch. Thanks for joining. And thanks for updating the app and making it. There's like times where like these early years where I was making a lot of like cool projects, and even though I wasn't finishing them, I was starting them and like really enjoying Glitch. And in the later years, I was just so like burnt out that the last thing I wanted to do was go on the computer and do anything but my like spreadsheet work and stuff. Let's finish up January and close today's stream out. We love you, Meg. Okay, that was Meg was our fabulous head of business development. Love Meg. She left. Let me know if you can help the asset export be less janky. Bye. Intro to CSS. Okay, this is the CSS edition of my intro app. I'm just gonna put this in starters. I did an intro to JavaScript one too, I think. Way back importer. So I think